Ladies and gentlemen, Dragon Ball Genki Damatsuri just keeps on coming with the massive announcements. They are fixing Dragon Ball Sparking Zero and adding characters that I literally thought we would never see from OG Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball GT, and even a little bit of the Dragon Ball Z Heroes Extended Universe, however you want to say it. And we also have the announcement of the brand new video game, Dragon Ball Age 1000. So this is, of course, featuring artwork by Akira Toriyama. He has designed the brand new character we see in the trailer. Now, the interesting thing about this trailer, as we go through it, that I found very interesting, is the futuristic stuff they're playing with. As you can see, he has a Capsule Corporation outfit on, which is very evocative of, if you think about it, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and how you have some Capsule Corporation branding on your gear there, even though you're part of the Time Patrol. You know, it's like Capsule Corporation themed gear. But I don't believe that they're leaning toward a Time Patrol thing here, even though it is Age 1000. I think this is Akira Toriyama basically going back to the world building he did for Dragon Ball Online, but not leaning into the Dragon Ball extended Time Patrol stuff. So the interesting thing is that, as you can see, the player kind of flashes back and goes through like the different descendants, or rather sagas, characters, whatever. And then we see Goku here. And they are very careful to keep his costume a secret. I believe that's End of Z Goku. And then you see the new character go Super Saiyan. Now, Akio Ioku did talk about how this was designed specifically by Akira Toriyama, and he did a lot of work on the world and everything. So we might as well just consider this canon at this point, because Toriyama is no longer with us. If we want a good look at the future of Dragon Ball, this is literally his project where he talked about that with Akio Ioku. So I don't think this is like a customizable player character, because they did not seem to talk like it was. Maybe it is, and they're saving that for surprise, similar to how they did with Xenoverse. So it is Age 1000, and that is coincidentally, or rather non-coincidentally, the era that the Dragon Ball Online video game was set. So they really don't talk much about the character other than that Akira Toriyama designed him, and it's set in Age 1000, and he designed the world-building characters and many other aspects Toriyama did. So Toriyama continues to be the absolute GOAT. And, they did talk about how long it's been in development. It's been in development for a long time, of course, since Toriyama was involved. I believe they said like 7 years. Yeah, it's been in development for about 6 to 7 years now. So this is an absolutely massive game. Absolutely huge. And it's going to be big. Oh, and they also talk about it being in a new Dragon Ball world that we don't know. So, in case you guys did not catch my Dragon Ball Genki Damatsuri catch-up video where I went over all the leaks and the rumors and speculation, I went over my wish list. And as I'm covering this event, I'm checking off things from my wish list, and I literally thought of things that I thought would never get announced. Number one was the Dragon Ball Super anime continuing from the Dragon Ball Super Moro arc in the manga. They literally confirmed that on the first panel. And then on the second panel, which we're on now for the video games, I wanted a Xenoverse 3 that didn't play exactly like Xenoverse 1 or 2. I wanted it to take more inspiration from the Dragon Ball Online video game. I wanted it to be more, like futuristic, more set in the world of Dragon Ball. This isn't Xenoverse, but it is the concept that I was wanting. So I'm going to check that off as another thing that I wanted. So my wish list was comprised of things that I thought would never happen, but it did happen. So, they really don't talk much about it, and they're like just talking about, I want to talk about it more, but I can't. But if you want to know more, you can go to Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour. So that's your tease for the new game. 2027, I believe, is whenever they're releasing it, and they'll talk about more about it in Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour 2026. So then after that, they did like a little panel going over all the various games. And now we got the Sparking Zero news. So I'm just going to let the trailer play out, because there's a lot of blink and you miss it stuff. And I was actually surprised at all the announcements. So they did announce some characters that you will find very surprising. So we're just going to skip a little bit ahead in the video. So we are actually, whenever I saw this in the trailer, I was like, are they doing a Broly story DLC? And then they did Bardock. And then boom, Super Saiyan Bardock. And so it's Super Saiyan Bardock, from what I understand, is from the episode of Bardock OVA, but it was like a superhero. It was like a Dragon Ball Heroes tie-in thing. And then I always complain that they never do enough with OG Dragon Ball, and I feel like this event so far is tailored specifically towards me and my tastes, and I'm sick and tired of everybody saying that Dragon Ball is not hype. So they are including Demon King Piccolo from Dragon Ball, so that's very exciting for me specifically. This is actually the character I'm most excited to see. And then they have Super Android 17. Not Android 17 from Dragon Ball Super, but Super 17. Everybody was very upset whenever he was not added. So these are the characters that they show off so far, but there's actually a blink and you miss it character that they also revealed whenever they were like showing all the random stuff. So here's another costume, Gohan from the BoJack Unbound film, right? So pretty exciting. That was data mined a long time ago, and they finally made it available. New stages, Master Roshi's Place. A new mode, so it seems like they're literally fixing Dragon Ball, right? So, dang it. I can't use the... Wait, here we go. Okay. So if you look closely here, where was it? There was literally a Grandpa Gohan. There was Grandpa Gohan. There he is. Grandpa Gohan. So this is actually a substantial DLC. I'm just going to... Can I slow it a little bit? Okay, yeah, let's slow it. This is actually substantial. So we got Grandpa Gohan. But Grandpa Gohan might be like a random character that you can put in that's not a fighter, but you know, like how they have Bulma and stuff in here for like the custom matches. I hope he's an actual fighter though. And then you have Mercenary Tao, who is a fighter. So they are adding Mercenary Tao. That one random Bandai Namco US person is going to be excited. Okay, then we got Zengia there. Pycon. So yeah, they are coming with the heat in this. So that's basically like all the big stuff there. It's a massive DLC packed with new playable characters, costumes, moves, stages, and a brand new mode, which you saw there. And then just to fast forward here a little bit so we can finish this out because this video is getting a little bit long, they are bringing back the Mission 100 mode, which a lot of people missed from Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. So there you guys go. They are literally fixing Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Isn't that exciting? So, I guess that does it for this section of the panel coverage from Dragon Ball Genki Damatsuri. So far, guys, this is a very exciting event. So, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is literally being repaired. They're adding characters that should have been in from the beginning, but it's still extremely exciting to have Super Saiyan Bardock finally, because we never got that in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, obviously, because he didn't exist. So that's cool. Oh, and another thing, I just realized, he'll probably be able to wear the Super Bardock costume, so we're actually going to see Super Bardock from Dragon Ball Minus, specifically, as a Super Saiyan. That'll be exciting. Demon King Piccolo is very exciting. Super 17 is very exciting. I hope we can play as Grandpa Gohan. And then the announcement that I am honestly most excited for is this Dragon Ball Age 100 stuff. This is honestly like my most hype announcement from the video games. I like Sparking Zero a lot, and I'm interested to see what the new mode is. Oh, I forgot to say the Age 1, not the Age 100, the, where is it at? Where is it at here? They did a concert and everything, but the, here it is. Mission 100, that's free. That's a free update. I think they said it was releasing tomorrow, right? Let me actually see. Yeah, both the major and the free update, we appreciate. That means the free update is already tomorrow. Yeah, okay, so they're releasing it tomorrow. Pretty cool stuff. So I guess that does it for the news coverage. Little rant here at the end because I'm so excited about this. And Dragon Ball, we're reaching levels of so back we previously thought was impossible. So Dragon Ball is so back. Please make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I am covering Genki Damatsuri as these announcements come out. I thought it wouldn't be that exciting and I would just make one video recapping the whole event, but heat is coming from this event. It's fire, absolutely fire. They're just playing with fire at this point. They have no idea how to disappoint us. A lot, and again, I'm going to sing praises to Akio Ioku. A lot of people said that he would be the death of this franchise and he only knew how to do nostalgia and he was bad for the series. This whole event is his. He is helping present everything. He's the executive producer of Dragon Ball. If you look at the credits for the Dragon Ball Galactic Patrol Super anime thing, it says it was under the supervision of Shueisha and Capsule Corporation Tokyo, which is Akio Ioku. So give credit to Akio Ioku, guys. I have a video going over like Akio Yoku and everything like that. And I said this in the previous video, but I'm going to repeat it here just in case you haven't seen my previous video. But Akio Yoku, his plan for Dragon Ball started before Akira Toriyama died. It's not like he just stole the rights from Dragon Ball. This is something that he and Akira Toriyama wanted to do for a while. And now he controls the rights or helps manage them thanks to Akira Toriyama's family. So this is all extremely exciting stuff. And I'm more excited for the Dragon Ball Age 1000 game because this is more of like an original vision type of video game where we're not replaying the story. It's in Age 1000. They talked about how it's a brand new Dragon Ball world. It's probably going to be, and this is speculative, but it's probably going to be more of Dragon Ball Online than Dragon Ball Xenoverse. It's not going to be an arena fighter. I'm assuming there's going to be like more of a Dragon Ball Z Kakarot vibe to it, which is exactly what I talked about in my Genki Damatsuri wishlist thing, where I said I wanted a mixture of Xenoverse, Dragon Ball Online, and Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. And apparently I'm getting that. I don't think they're going to do the Time Patrol stuff, which I'm completely fine with. And I said that I wanted something like this, and we're getting it. So I'm excited. I'm getting what I want from this event. There's still one more panel. There is literally still one more panel from this event. We are going to be covering it. Guys, get hype. Everybody's expectations were low, and they have exceeded them beyond all measures. This is the most exciting thing that has happened to Dragon Ball in years, and yeah, it's looking pretty good.